Here are the top 25 high school basketball dunkers of all time. Starting at 25, you got Carolina's finest, Dennis Smith Jr. When Dennis hit you with that crossover, you knew something mean was about to happen. Not once, but twice we caught him doing that. And this time he dropped bro off and dunked on his whole team. But check out this hoop mixtape clip. He actually cleared this guy. Hopefully this isn't recency bias, but Tyran Stokes is the most electrifying dunker we have in high school right now. Bro has been doing this type of stuff since he was 15. Just a man amongst boys. Not to mention, he still holds the #1 ranking in the 2026 class. Just listen to the audio on this clip. Ja'Kai Howard has some ridiculous bounce. There's a reason why they call him Showtime Kai. He's literally looking down into the rim. He cleared 46 inches at Auburn like it was nothing. At 6'6", I wouldn't be surprised if he made a nice career in the league. He kind of reminds me of a young Gerald Green. At 22, you got the OG Ronnie Fields. He was Illinois Mr. Basketball back in 1996 and played with Kevin Garnett at Farragut Academy. His dunks used to electrify the crowd. I'm gonna tell my kids this is Michael Jordan. I know you peeped the number 23. Had he not been in a tragic accident, he might have been an all-time NBA player. I know our boy Michael Porter Jr. has been a little bit off the rails in these interviews lately, but don't let that take away from the fact he was one of the best dunkers we had ever seen. At 6'9", 6'10", he was flying out there, literally. Just check out this dunk from 2014. He took off from the free throw line in game. Somebody thought it was a good idea to have him play the JV team, and obviously it was BTA. Trayvon Duval had to get on this list based on his contact dunks alone. He's got some of the most fierce posters we have ever seen. And he's not just dunking on you, he's taking your soul. Hey yo, pause. All jokes aside, if he's coming down that lane, be ready for that nasty tomahawk. If I'm bro on the yellow team, we really might have to square up in the parking lot after. Either that or I'm switching sports. Jason Jackson recorded a 41-inch vertical at OTE, but I swear he can jump even higher. He was posterizing kids in high school. His cockback ability was insane. I swear it's something in that Florida water. These boys just jump different. Do y'all remember Jalen LeCue, the 6'4" guard out of the Bronx? They were calling him Sports Center Top 10 in the 2018 Peach Jam. Bro had that summer on Smash. He had the fans acting out of pocket. Look at my guy in the silky. What JD Davison was able to do on a basketball court at just 6'1" is incredible. He was out there embarrassing kids. Just look at his face. It was at that moment he knew. JD was creative with it too. The off the backboard in traffic is crazy work. But this might be my favorite all-time high school dunk from him. He Blake Griffin buddy. I know the dunk police might not consider this one, but I do. At 16, I got Terrence Ferguson. He might have been bumped up in this list because of his warm-up dunks, but his in-game dunks were nasty too. There was a reason why they called him 2K Ferg in high school, because he had video game-like bounce. You would just throw it up there and he would get it. He was without a doubt one of the best dunkers in the 2016 class, but that class was loaded, including Malik Monk, who he got at the 15 spot. The 6'3" guard from the Woods in Jonesboro, Arkansas was an absolute savage. Just imagine coming out of the locker room after this game and you have to greet the people that you love. Malik Monk was out there showing no mercy. Everything about this dunk is so picture perfect, it might just be in the still frame. The late great Kobe Bean Bryant is coming in at number 14 on this list. Keep in mind, this is high school dunkers only. If this was strictly NBA, you already know I got Bean top 5 of all time. He single-handedly put Lower Merion on the map. Honestly, Cohen Carr might be the most ridiculous high school dunker in the last 5 years. Bro is just a freak of nature. He actually holds the Guinness World Record with a 51.5-inch vertical. Obviously, it's impressive he's jumping so high, but the craziest thing is the power that he's throwing these dunks down with. This is what he's up to now. I know some will feel LeGoat James is low, but trust, the list gets crazier. LeBron can't be first in everything, but he did have some insane dunks in high school. The fact he can still do this over 20 years later is diabolical. At number 11, we got hoop mixtape legend Shaquille Johnson. The stare down was just as nasty as the dunk. The Atlanta native had a 44-inch vertical, and when you see these clips, it makes sense. He might be the most savage dunker we have ever seen. He got so many posters, they used to call him the body snatcher. Coming in hot at the 10 spot, we got 6'1" Trey Parker, one of the most creative dunkers ever. I'm not sure I've ever seen someone pull this off in game. In order to finish that, the pass had to be perfect, and he executed. I know what you're thinking. Is there any relation to Quay Parker? Why yes, that's his younger brother, but we'll get back to that later in the video. Why did he make this look so easy? At number 9, we got 7th Woods. Extra points for being only 14 years old. He had his head above the rim before he could grow chest hair. Hang time on these dunks is crazy. We all remember exactly where we were when Hoop Mixtape dropped 7th Woods mixtape. I was in study hall when I should have been working, but my eyes were glued to the screen. Representing the West Coast, we got Cassius Stanley at 8. He had his vertical tested at Duke and it was 46.5 inches. These dunks don't make any sense. Pulling off the East Bay reverse in game is OD. He put 7'2" Moses Brown on a poster. When we first started filming Derrick Jones, his Twitter name was DJ Kush. Jones switched that name up and ended up winning the 2020 NBA Dunk Contest. But in high school, the 6'6" guard out of Pennsylvania was really in airplane mode. Elite Mixtape caught some crazy clips, and so did Ball is Life. Jalen Green started going viral for catching bodies at the age of 15, and it just went up from there. His combination of trick dunks and posters make his highlights wicked. You had to be there in that 2020 era of him, Josh Christopher, and Sharif Cooper. These boys were showtime. And Jalen Green was also one of the founders of Unicorn Fam. He's got to be one of the most fan favorite players in the last decade. At 5, we got Mac McClung. Not trying to race bait, but don't act like you ever seen a white boy dunking like this. There's a reason why he went on to be a 3-time NBA Dunk Contest champion. The sick thing is, he might just 4-peat. At that point, they might as well just shut down the NBA Dunk Contest. Ball is Life covered his every move, and he had Gate City, Virginia rocking. Bro made it to ESPN daily. The Parker family has some crazy bounce. Over 10 years ago, Trey's big bro Quay did some dunks the world had never seen before. His head clears the rim at just 6'2". This scoop dunk is absolutely iconic. Next up, from Daytona Beach, we got Vinsanity. He was in the class of 1995 and was viral before social media existed. He could have snuck number 1. He absolutely flattened that dude. The legend of Vince Carter obviously grew when he got into the NBA, but what he was doing in high school was legendary. Random fact, but he was a world-class volleyball player as well. At 2, we got Gemma Gatwich, who took it to another level. He finished dunks that have still never been pulled off in a high school game before. The way he jumps off 2 feet just looks so effortless. Behind the back 360 is insane, and his scoop rivals Quay's. He put on a show in Vegas, and every single person in that gym will always remember these dunks. At the 1 spot, you already know we had to put the big dog Zion Williamson in there. This Ball is Life mixtape is definitely 1A and 1B with 7th Woods. We may never see someone dunk like this at the high school level again. Mind you, by the time Zion Williamson got to college, he was listed at 6'6", 284 pounds. I want you to comment what you think about this list. And you know we gotta show love to the honorable mentions. First, we have Noah Farrakhan. He had some of the craziest dunks we have ever seen. At just 6 foot, he was dunking on the whole team, literally. Andrew Wiggins was at the forefront of the mixtape era. The Canadian was flying out there. No passport needed. Speaking of the mixtape era, Aaron Gordon changed the game. He probably could have made the top 25. You know we had to put real trench baby Miles Bridges in this video as well. AJ DeBonta casually landed one of the hardest dunks of all time. You can only fit so many people into 25, but I already know Anthony Edwards probably could have had a spot. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.